Okay, so what's up guys, Darkness Rave here, and I kinda want to do a little update on my terrible frame rate. I don't know if I can fix this at all. But no need to be on suppose. Anyway, I can't respond to that. Anyway, so I did finish up my Rose's guns, and they're pretty OP. It's still +7 though, and as you've probably seen from most of my videos from before, I do have a +7 raid weapon. I have an extra socket on it, uh, and funny enough, the weapon I actually pulled, like where I pulled this from, was originally from the Phase 1, and the crazy thing is, the first fight I ever done, I pulled this weapon. Now this weapon's kind of OP, and I've been testing it out with a few other things, and just grinding my gear in the process. But with this setup, I found kind of OP. What I added to it was petrifying, which is the light attribute, and freezing, which is the water attribute. And so essentially having a petrifying effect 1 means that you have a 5% chance of having a chance to freeze them at the area. Now if you slap on auto guns and you have blazing bullet as flavor shot, you instantly have the effect. As you can see, the effect is stuck on top of them. But this doesn't make it worse. They're stuck in the same area at one spot forever, but they do KD essentially, but this allows you to have a much bigger effect on how PvPs work, especially with Rose and some characters such as Infinity Sword that can use this attribute perfectly, meaning that if you're a character that has multiple hits such as Rose or Raven, Blade Master, you can hit multiple times really quickly. It really just messes up the enemy and just it's disgusting. But I don't know how many hits my shot does completely, but I think it's a little over. I know it's over 5 hits, but since my FPS is kind of weird, there's no way for me to actually, you know, calculate very well. So at one point I will try to get it correct and see how good the effect is originally, but in the meantime, I kind of just wanted to make this video real quick. I'm going to show you guys my gear. If I can get my FPS back, that'd be great. So if I hit U, and my game will actually let me. Come on, U. There we go. So I have a +7 Swift Elytron MK2 Nacid guns, which I really think I should really change, because I have 6K, which is 27% increased movement speed, which is not what I need. As you can see, I have an extra socket on it. I mean, it's a pretty OP weapon overall. The only problem is I really do not need the movement, considering it gives me half of my movement, which is absolutely terrible to me. I have add damage +7, critical +7, attack speed, I think probably 8. No, not 8, 6 or 5 or so. And I get the freezing 2 and petrifying 1, which it's really OP, honestly. But the only problem is when you're using blazing bullet, you're going to need to refresh it repeatedly, and in PvP, you're moving around quite a bit. And one way he's to, counter the whole movement system, as most of these characters like add flying or aura like air walking or just trying to catch in general, is Phantom Chaser. The reason I use this is because it grants super armor ability, and upon super armor ability you can use this in midair as well. So it's a great, like, if you're jumping and then ZXX or just XX in general and you use that skill, it dives instantly and hits the opponent, meaning that you have a great chance to catch. I mean, it's way too fucking laggy right now, but I'll probably show it a little bit. I really do like Freyja out of the other roses because she's more flexible within movement. Uh, a lot of stuff. One thing I hated about being a stormtrooper when it first released, because I only went stormtrooper because at that point where I could trade stuff, and so that's when I got the weapon. I was like, well, I'm gonna need a cap to get it, and by the time I capped, I think like at the point where it was 3 days before the Freyja released, I went, or no, it was 3 days before no, I don't know, but I went Crimson Rose for a day, and then as soon as Freyja got released, I hopped on, went Freyja instantly. I do have another Rose. She's an Optimus. I do have other Roses on other accounts, but I'm just too lazy to change them and stuff, especially when some of the Rose classes are like OP as all hell, and I'm just too lazy to make them. But my little tip on Freyja, or whatever, any tips in general for Freyja, is just try to keep in the air and don't be afraid to mana break. Granted, she can be a tank sometimes, and seeing what I've seen in people in KR having like just almost five shotting, like Crimson Rose, five shotting an Elsword with chain powder and rising shot, which is ridiculously OP. Freyja isn't like that. She takes more, I mean, I wouldn't say spam, but I guess you could say that for most people are like, oh, they need a nerf X, or whatever you want to say. She's not a type of character that you would see being played most of the time, because I mean, she's not too easy, but it's kind of hard to explain. So, she's more X-based, and the reason I say that is because she has hardly any melee combos. The only melee combos, hang on, let me just pull up the combo list, is pretty kind of stupid. So you got the whole dash move, which is ZX, which oh no, wait, that's an air move, never mind. But you essentially have XX, which is also a stupid dash and gun or whatever. The only real combo moves you get in extended for Freyja and Valkyrie is ZZZ up X. Let's see. There's another one that you get, which is dash up ZZX, which essentially gives you you jump, kick, and you thrust. You kind of like nitro thrust is what they call it, but a lot of people refer it to like Attack on Titan type CO2 canisters or something like that. And you kick, and you throw a grenade. I mean, the grenade isn't the best at catching, but the kicks are. The grenade KDs, like every other grenade from her combos other than skills. But honestly, I found it stupid that Freyja has more like gun combos, which seems normal because she's using a musket, but Optimus has more melee combos than Freyja. I have no clue why that's a thing, but it does kind of make sense considering she uses a long-range gun rather than Optimus using a short-ranged gun, which is the auto guns. But I do feel like Freyja is an all-round character for the guns. For example, if you slap on just Blazing Bullet in general and you shoot, you can get this effect instantly. Cannons, I absolutely hate. I mean, come on, game, switch guns. I mean, you cannot counter this at all. I mean, it's completely OP. I mean, I'm not saying that I want it nerfed, because at some point Rose is going to get fucking nerfed because of how fucking salty this community is. I mean, I can get salty at times. Aura, go fuck yourself. Let's see. So I did play Stormtrooper, but I kind of went off because I didn't like, and I was waiting for Freyja and Optimus to release. But I did come back a little bit earlier, and I did go Crimson Rose. Now, the thing I didn't like about Crimson Rose is she's not a strategy-wise character. So, if you're thinking, what the fuck does that mean? He's not making any sense. I mean that if you were to go Crimson Rose, you have to use the skills in a specific order to, like, just basically combo. For example, you gotta throw your chain, lock them in place, or just, like, suck them in, lock them in place, do a few skills, and so on. If you don't do that, you're basically fucked. So, I didn't like her very much because she was very, like, use this skill to use this skill and win. Well, Freyja is more. She seems more flexible to me. That's what I like about characters like this. You're able to flexible, like you have flexible movement, you have flexible combos. That's kind of what I liked about Raven, since I used to main Blade Master a shit ton back during S2, I think. Because I know, because I switched my old veteran commander to Blade Master, then upon switching that, I gave it, I just mained it from there, but I was SS, and then I got D-ranked and different stuff like that due to the rank resets and stuff, so... excuse me. But, my Optimus, I'm working on her right now. She doesn't have a raid weapon. I haven't even grinded her weapon yet, which I'm going to at some point. But she's I like Optimus. She reminds me a lot when I used to play Mind Master a lot back in Void. I don't play Void anymore, but if you guys do want to play Void, it's essentially kind of a less free Elsword essentially, but any people in the North American area or any of those areas kind of down over near America or whatever, you will lag a shit ton because some of the servers are hosted in the European area, so you will lag your ass off like no tomorrow. So what else is there? So onto Optimus. She does remind me a lot of Mind Master, but she's more of a nerfed character than Mind Master. I say that because she's really dependent on how you use her mechs and her summons. It's really interesting to see how the hell people play as her and how OP the Gale Force is. Like, if any Optimus is in PvP, you will 100% see them use Gale Force. Damn. Can't talk anymore. But they will use Gale Force. Another thing I've seen is I can't remember what it's called. It's like, you set down a little, Land Rover, and it spins, and it just, like, fucks up everybody, and essentially makes it impossible for you to move. And mana breaking is completely useless, given, like... Oh, shit, I'm tired again. God damn it, why? Dude, you're basically fucked, like... I don't know how to explain it. What was it called? No. Is it this? Yeah, it was Countdown. Summon a self-destructing spinning robot. Easy 8 countdown. The summoned Easy 8 countdown will pull enemies for 5 seconds, then explode. Now, another thing you can use this with is the Detonation, the robot Detonation, and it essentially does command a super armor state, special robots to explode. Hold the skill key to aim where you want the robots to explode. You can also issue a command to RX-78 Land Rover, KS-83 Air Mech Gale Force, and EZ-8 Countdown. So where's the fucking... Oh, that's what that is. Never mind. I don't really use that, but I've seen people who use it, and it's... I do have all my stuff unlocked. I did enhance a lot of this stuff. Was it you that was enhanced? No, it was... you. No? I don't know. I enhanced one of these, and I have no clue. But I did find it cool that Optimus is the only Rose that is able to bounce bullets. So if you see this G extension, essentially what it does is it changes a lot of your G core, which is the basically the Rose's version of the ad drones, or yeah, I think they're drones for Mind Master, for his it was Dynamo something system. I don't remember, but essentially it strengthens the system, and it also gives effect to your auto guns. So basic effect: all speed, attack speed, movement, and jump speed is increased by 6%. Auto guns range increased by 100%, meaning that it doubles the range. MP recovery increase, meaning that you have a, like, almost more, like, imagine the amount of like the amount of MP gained from the auto gun's hit is basically doubled as well, meaning that if you were to shoot someone and get 100 MP back, it would basically be doubled to probably at least 200 or 175. Then auto guns last hits ECP cost by 50%. This basically puts you in a higher chance to go into overstrike mode, which powers up all your mechs and does more damage. And then, probably my favorite: upon auto gun attack, chance to bounce bullets by 20%. Now this is completely OP, because say that you're in a 2v2 and your teammate's in trouble. Now you can shoot your auto guns and your bullet bounces, flinching the enemy, hitting your teammate, saving your teammate's life, and possibly your teammate killing that enemy, while you kill your enemy as well. Meaning that it has a really good chance. Firing 3 shots per a movement, and what you have, like 6 shots, so you'll have a, let's see, 6 by 3 would be, I don't know, I think it's like 14 or something like that, probably, I don't know, but, and you have a 20%, that's a high percent chance to, well, I mean, it's not too high to reflect a bullet, but it's quite a possibility. I've had it happen a little bit, but not too much. Like, I don't PvP a lot anymore, and most of this I found out through dungeons, because I've been grinding her gear. She's a blacksmith. I just have +7, +8, and +6 armor, and then I have a +6 and +6 grind glove and shoes, and then I have the dragon extinguisher for her accessory. So if I go into free training and my FPS can get shit right, I could probably show you. If not, it's just gonna be a laggy mess. She's probably one of the most coolest Rose classes out there. Let's summon 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. And hopefully they're not in the same place. Fuck. See if I can get between. Does that still do damage? Yeah, it does somewhat. Okay, calm down, pet. Let's see, can I see a bullet bounce? I think at this point my game's way too laggy to even make a bullet bounce. God damn it, pet. You're not what I need you to do. Oh no, it's not working because my computer's stuff slow fuck, so let's see. I didn't like Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper, she had terrible damage. I was level 82 and I was only like I had I think almost complete hidden flare, and my stats were pretty balanced honestly. And then I would use my nuclear bomb or whatever the hell you can call that thing, and it did only like 4 bars, and I was expecting to do like 6 or 7, and I hated Stormtrooper. I mean, I liked the plasma gun where you're able to spin it and paralyze, and you're able to like shoot one of these giant prototype cannons at air or something like that. But yeah, so that's really all, I think. Just kind of want to update you on how everything's going at the moment, since I want to try to be uploading more. I have a ton of heroic stuff that I can't even use. Well, this one I can trade to my Freyjean. See. On the last video, I posted it through my Facebook, and there was a comment on the Facebook post as well that the heroic dungeons, you can actually get the armor, the savior armor from the heroic dungeons, but the chances of it are very, very slim. And I've heard only some people have gotten the shoes and gloves, but we both agreed on that the set effect isn't very good. It's a good PvP wise if you want to like use it for a skill increase like tendency, bravery, strength, and other ones like that. It's good, but it's not too good because you get more increases to what is it called? Skill damage than you actually do stat wise. So not very good, but I also heard once the level 90 cap comes out for NA, later on they will update this heroic system and actually add in the level 90, which I think comes also introducing the whole intelligence and different stuff that you actually saw from my previous video in the L Wiki that we don't have yet. So that's going to be interesting to see. But in the meantime, I'm probably just going to be waiting until they fix most of the heroic stuff and continue capping and grinding from my gear until, you know, they reset the SDs, which I completely hate, by the way. I hope they keep the SD gear at a maximum, like probably 70 to 75, because it's really pissing me off, because I've always wanted to get Grind Gear back before they like released a new village or something like that, and they've always reset it, updated tenure, updated SDs, and they've always like pissed me off because I would be in the middle of trying to make my SD gear, and I haven't grinded it or only made like 2 or 3 pieces, and I had to make a whole new one and waste my time and then give up overall. But now I am done. So I guess I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.